Hey guys, what is up? Steven here from Team 5D's bringing you guys a deck profile, my deck that I've been working on recently. This is one of my decks that I have in real life, as you can see. It's actually me filming it. Also, I will have a deck profile probably next week with my other deck I built in real life recently. Have been playing, which is Fire Fist. So yeah, start this deck profile off. Basically, one Doomfire, boss monster since Blaster got hit. He's really good actually. I've gotten game by his effect a couple times, and he's a beater at like worst comes to worst. Up next, two Summoner Monks. Gets rank 4 plays. You barely go into rank 4s. At least I barely go into them. But when you do need to get into one, and if you have one, you're so thankful when you have it. Plus you get the pluses because you go for a rocket and then you start your Blaze Accelerator reload. Up next, triple Volcanic Shell. Draw power, draw power, draw power. That's all it is with the Blaze Accelerator reload. Up next, triple rocket. Self-explanatory, searches your Blaze Accelerator. Up next, an MVP, but not the biggest, the biggest MVP. But like the unsung heroes up next. Scatter Shot, if you guys don't know what it does, when it's sent to the graveyard, you get your opponent takes 500 damage. And if it's sent by the effect of a Blaze Accelerator, or something like that, try Blaze Accelerator, you get to send the 2 from your deck or hand to the graveyard, and if so, you get to regular kick your opponent. Really good, stops your opponent's plays. I was testing on Dealing Network yesterday, and I went up against Necros, and I pretty much stomped them. Well, it was a close game, but he didn't expect the Scatter Shot in hand. He's like top deck into a Scatter Shot late game, and Scatter Shot for game, OP. I've had games where I just grinded people with Scatter Shot and burned them for game. Up next, the biggest MVP. So fucking good. It's basically a Royal Firestorm Guard. What he does is, when he's summoned, you shuffle 4 Pyro monsters into your deck from your graveyard, and then you draw a card. You draw 2 cards, which is pretty good. And then I'm also gonna try maybe tech around a little bit once Jar of Avarice comes out. I may put that in here. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad, to be honest. Especially when sometimes you have plays where you really need to get your Scatter Shots back in the graveyard, so we'll see what happens. That's why I need a Digesto Emerald, which is one of the XCs I don't have. Up next, for the 1-ofs, for the spells, Regeki, Foolish, that's about it for the 1-ofs. Up next, everything else you see is going to be like 3-ofs, MST. Really, you really want to stop your opponent from doing stuff, or like having responses, and Royal Decree like shits on its deck, so it's nice to have 3 main decked, and it's good for the Summoner Monk. Now, some people only play 2 Magic Planners. Of course you can rip with them sometimes, but it's so good, especially when you side in like mistakes and stuff. You side in mistakes, you side out the pots, of course, and then you could use it on the mistakes, or you could use it on like Light Imprisoning, Shadow Imprisoning, any of your continuous spells you could use it on and draw 2 cards. So there's Fiendish, there's a lot of targets for it, and it's really good. Plus, it's really stupid how you plus off of it. Up next, Triple Pot, self-explanatory. You just thin your deck. You don't really special summon a lot, like I said. So I think there's 11 spells. I forgot how many monsters there are. There's not that many. There's a decent amount, but for the 1-ofs for traps, you have Ring, Vanities, Torrential, Bottomless, Solemn, and that's it for the 1-ofs. Up next is the 3-ofs. Now, some people do play Magical Cylinder in the deck, which I'm going to test out. I haven't tested it out yet, but you do burn your opponent a lot, so it's good. But Fiendish Chains, Magic Planner really pluses really well when you have the dead Fiendish Chains. But also it works really well with Blaze Accelerator Reload. This deck would not be a thing without this card. It would be a thing, but it wouldn't be nearly half as functional, even a quarter as functional as it is with this card. This card is the MVP of the deck. Seriously. So good, so good. Then finally, for draw power, Triple Reckless. There's situations where you get so much, like, you have so many cards in hand, and you really have the Blaze Accelerator reloads, and you have the targets and stuff where you don't need to draw every turn. You can just Reckless, and Royal Firestorm Guards, Blaze Accelerator reload will get you all the pluses you need. Up next, my tokens. Yeah, I'll go. Like, just not tokens, that has nothing to do with this. Don't mind me. For a few staple cards you could run, I'm not going to show everything, but a couple you can run. Of course, you got to run Dark Rebellion, 101, Castel. Infernal Flame Vixen actually works in the deck, which is pretty interesting. Never used her, but whatever. Abyss Dweller, Cowboy, Carnageddon, Ragnar Zero, Exciton, Chain, Gagara Samurai, and I do need you put like there's a couple other cards you can put in here, but I just grabbed some of my cards and decided to do a quick deck profile. Tuo Drama Trio really is too strong. It's my favorite side card. Side cards are all messed up. Let me see. Yeah, 2 non-fusion areas. For Shadalls, and then somewhat heroes. I wouldn't side against heroes though, to be honest, because most of them aren't going for the miracle fusions. But for Shadalls, definitely. Up next, triple anti-spell fragrance. Doesn't hurt you that bad, and then Necros and Cold Forts just hate that. And then unsleeve cards. I must have forgot to resleeve them. The thing, Soul Drain is just thrown in there because I forgot to take it out, so don't mind that card. That card's not supposed to be in here. Light Imprisoning, Shadow you could run. Defusions are good. I'm just throwing cards now. Yeah, mistakes. Debunks. Yeah. This is my Volcanic deck. I had like a European accent right there. This is my Volcanic deck profile. So if you guys like it, let me know down below. Let me know your spins on it if you guys played the deck. If you guys hate the deck, I personally hated playing against the deck, but I love playing it now. It's not that expensive either. I have like a low rarity of it, and I traded like an Exciton for like an Exciton and a little extra stuff for like the core of the deck and some of the Firefist stuff I needed. So I was really happy about that. So until next time, guys, it's been Steven here from Team 5Ds. Deuces.